everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am joined today by my two partners in crime, Callum and Jamie. How are you both doing today?
All good.
Very good, bro.
Well, in today's video, different subject today, we're talking about boxing. First boxing video on this channel, and we'll be discussing the Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fight. Well, one half of that fight, as Tyson Fury has pulled out the fight due to a cut that he sustained in sparring. I will read out the statement from Tyson Fury, but before that, make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe to the Sanderson Show and Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Links will be in the title. So this is a statement from Tyson Fury. I'm absolutely devastated after preparing for this fight for so long and being in such superb condition. I feel bad for everyone involved in this huge event, and I will work diligently towards the rescheduled date once the eye has healed. And I can only apologize to everyone affected, including my own team, Team Usyk, the undercard fighters, partners, and fans, as well as our hosts and my friends in Saudi Arabia. And also, I will just go through the Saudi Arabia response to that. In light of Tyson Fury's unexpected injury, we are sending our best wishes for a swift and full recovery. As a result, the eagerly awaited #ringoffire heavyweight championship will be rescheduled. Not to worry, your ticket refunds will be on us. Stay tuned for further updates, and thank you for your understanding and support. So I'll go to you, Callum, first up. Tyson Fury's pulled out. I don't know whether or not you've seen the sparring footage that led to the cut. I don't know. He just, I think he forgot what sport he was in. He just got caught with the same elbow that he gave Ngannou. But unlike Ngannou, he got cut.
Was he wearing a head guard?
He's wearing a head guard and still got cut.
All right. So the one question I'd have is, what are we today? Early Feb, and the fight's the 17th of Feb. Mm-hmm. Do you know what? As much as I dislike a lot of Fury's stuff, this seems like an unlucky situation. The problem is, though, because he can be so inactive, and because of some of the excuses he's given for not being involved in fights previously, etc., and like pretending to make the Joshua fight, not making it, it's understandable why everyone's frustrated and annoyed with him. But this is unfortunate. I more feel sorry for Usyk because he would have been training, he's ready for this fight.
Yeah.
And now he's got to postpone everything. He's got to like taper off, and then they get a new date, and he's got to peak to that date again.
The rumor is that it's not been quite confirmed yet, but I have seen that he is still set to fight on that date against Philip Hrgović, which is a mandatory challenger for the IBF belt. So apparently, speculation, he is still set to fight on that date.
See, that
was a mandatory.
See, for me, that doesn't seem fair.
No, it doesn't. But I think the issue that he did have, if he took the Fury fight, was the second the fight was over, he gets stripped of that belt anyway, because he's not defended it, because he couldn't sort out a settlement with Hrgović, sort of like sit aside and let the fight happen, sort of thing. So I think that's why he would have lost the belt, or they would have been undisputed champion for literally like 30 seconds, and then they would have stripped the belt off. But that's the rumors. Nothing's been confirmed, but apparently he's still set to fight in Saudi against Philip Hrgović. But Jamie, your thoughts when you heard the news that Tyson, has pulled out due to the cut. I don't know whether or not you've seen the cut. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if this was before Tyson's antics, I would just go, you know what? It's just one of those things. You get cut in sparring. You're probably thinking, why are you doing that type of sparring 2 weeks out towards a fight? But people will run with the narrative. Fury's just ducking now. He's just ducking. I think I saw someone saying that he got his own team to cut him, so he got out of the Usyk fight. I think it's absolutely mental because that's a pretty deep cut on the eye. I don't know whether he was sparring Otto Wallin or something like that, but
it's the same eye as well.
What's the same eye as well? So what was your thoughts when you saw that he pulled out?
The cut is unfortunate. I can't blame Tyson for that. One thing I will say, I've watched a few of his training things lately, and he has looked sloppy in sparring. Really sloppy. Johnny Nelson did it. I don't know if you guys caught this about Johnny Nelson doing an interview a couple of days ago for IFL, and he said that Tyson Fury has been getting smacked about in training. Now, I personally think the Ngannou fight weren't Tyson Fury not taking him seriously. I just think Tyson Fury is not the fighter he once was. Age catches up with people. He's a big man, carrying a lot of weight as well, off time.
Goes up and down.
Yeah,
camp.
That man goes up 290, 300 pounds and comes down again for fighting. When you start to get older and older and older, that takes a lot on your body. And I don't think he's as quick and as sharp as he once was either. So, look, you can't blame him for the cut. It's unfortunate. It happens in boxing, it happens in training, sparring. It's one of them things, unfortunately. He got caught under the bloody headgear as well, which is just unlucky with that elbow, unfortunately, where they're trying. Tyson was trying to hug in sparring. I'm not shocked. Like, he literally was though.
Yeah,
this is the thing. Yeah. This is the thing. Tyson's a fraud. Let's talk truth here. Yeah, Tyson Fury's had 6 title fights.
I know it's uncomfortable conversation.
How many titles has he defended? 3.
I'd say
3 title defenses.
So he beat Klitschko, defended again. No,
he didn't defend.
Then he fought Wilder, didn't win it because he ended in a draw. So then he beat Wilder.
Yeah.
Defended against Wilder for the trilogy.
And then Chisora
and Dylan White.
Yeah.
And then hold on. Was the Ngannou fight for the belt?
No. It's an expedition. No. So that is Tyson Fury's title legacy. And we're all meant to believe this is the greatest British heavyweight.
No, absolutely not. Here's the thing as well.
It's a joke, man. It's a joke. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's in an era of heavyweight boxing at the time where Klitschko was getting old. Wilder was fighting old bums and not very good fighters in America.
Yeah, I have to say, right, like the whole thing that we put on Tyson Fury is like, look what they did to Deontay Wilder. But people, like, if you've not watched Deontay Wilder, just look at him getting popped about by Luis Ortiz.
Exactly.
Until he landed
75 years of age.
Luis Ortiz was,
and when it's all said and done, Anthony Joshua's got the best resume for this generation of heavyweight boxers.
Oh, you're not allowed to say that, though. You can't say that.
Look, I'm a Joshua
fan. It's like the clock thing. You can't. Yeah,
I'm a Joshua fan, but I can also point and say, Joshua, I don't think would have hung around the elite heavyweights of yesteryear, like Lennox Lewis.
None of them would have, in my opinion.
But he's the only one at least trying to. Yeah. And he's the one who gets disrespected. It's crazy. He gets disrespected the most.
I think he beats Ngannou. Right? I think he beats Ngannou. Actually, I think
he loses.
I think he deals with Ngannou.
I don't think so, no.
I think he deals with Ngannou easy. Ngannou never impressed me that much against Fury. The other way around for me. Fury was just looking like an amateur. And I think it's made Ngannou. Everyone thinks Ngannou's special now. I think Fury. I think he deals with Ngannou on points. I don't think he knocks him out. I don't think anyone can knock Ngannou out. His neck don't move. But I just think he'll outpoint him. I think he'll just outpoint him with his experience. And then, if the Herkovich match with Usyk happens, we might see in the summer Joshua Usyk 3 before we see Fury again. Because
such a hard sell, though.
I just don't. Well, if he beats Ngannou, right, and he won his last fight, and Fury's out injured, and Usyk fights Herkovich, there is only one fight for AJ, and that is Usyk.
Yeah,
true. Because Usyk, he ain't going to go and fight. He ain't going to go and fight a guy that Usyk just beat. That seems pointless, and there's no one else out there. So, because this injury is going to take Fury 6 months to come back from.
Well, yeah, at least, because that's a bad cut.
So you're looking at the summer. Who does AJ fight? He ain't fighting Wilder now.
And then it's Joshua Parker. If you go fight Parker,
I mean, the Parker fight's not for a title. I think AJ. So it all depends.
He could fight Dubois or Zhang.
Yeah, it's just I wouldn't like if I'm AJ, I wouldn't go anywhere near Zhang. He's one of them fighters you stay clear of. It's just one. It's no reason for him to fight him whatsoever. He literally.
Like if I'm AJ, like I'd be like, once
destroyed the
if he beats Ngannou, because I think I'm like Callum, like I'm leaning towards Ngannou because I thought Ngannou impressed me a lot because he did the basics. He did what Wilder should have done, and Wilder did what I thought Ngannou was going to do: come out swinging, catch him with something awkward, like get a knockdown or two, and we go. But Fury just outpoints him or gets a knockout in the end. And instead, Ngannou looked like that he had more of his boxing fundamentals, and have to say, like, yes, AJ absolutely wiped the floor with Otto Wallin, but I don't know whether or not he's still got a dog in him. I don't know whether or not.
I think he looked good. I think Otto Willardin beats Ngannou as well. I just think if AJ's smart, you don't go for the knockout again. And plus, Ngannou's never fought anyone as powerful as AJ. So,
he has Derek Lewis, but he cowered away.
Yeah, but they thought with the Derek Lewis fight, did they actually fight? Because
no, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. So, I think AJ will test. I think AJ will seriously test Ngannou. Look, let's put it this way: AJ's saving boxing in Saudi Arabia right now.
Yeah, AJ's been saving heavyweight, but AJ saved heavyweight boxing from the beginning.
So he's got on that show. That's going to sell more tickets, by the way, than Fury and Ngannou.
Yeah. So bring it back to Fury, because obviously, there has been an issue in boxing getting the big fights done until Saudi have done the Dana thing of a few years ago, saying we're going to get it done. We're going to give you a shed load of cash, and you're going to book the fight, because you're seeing it now. Bivol versus Beterbiev is getting booked in Saudi because Saudi throwing a shit ton of cash on the table.
What a fight that is!
And I know the Saudis don't like
that.
Bivol and Beterbiev.
Yeah, we know that the Saudis don't like getting their nose out of joint. They don't like being made a mug out of, and Tyson hasn't made a mug out of them once. He's made a mug out of them twice. Because this is not the first time that this fight is needed to be rescheduled, because this fight should have happened on the 23rd of December last year. Obviously, I think Tyson Fury massively underestimated Francis Ngannou's power and, needed to take some well-needed time off after that absolute horror show against Ngannou. And if you look at the images of Tyson, he looked like that he has leaned. Looked like that he was taking this fight a lot more seriously. Looked a lot leaner, like he looked a lot leaner, than he did in previous fights. But surely, if I'm Saudi, I'm giving Tyson Fury one more chance to put this fight on, or else I'd be telling him if this fight does not go ahead again, and don't bother calling our phone.
Yeah,
because we ain't going to pick it up. Because the first time we understand, the second time we get, because you got cut. But my God, if you pull out again, and it's for not even a good enough excuse, tell Frank not to bother calling our phones again, because they don't want to be made a mug out of a third time. That leads to AJ saving boxing again, like saving heavyweight boxing again, just like he did when, Tyson Fury was on his, I don't know what you'd call it, after he lost the belt. He's on his binge, his depression.
Depression. He did have legitimate depression, so we have to be fair to him there. But
AJ's doing them a favor again, because we know that AJ and Ngannou's going to sell more tickets. Even though that we were supposed to get the undisputed heavyweight champ, something that we've not seen in nearly 25 years.
Yeah.
And Lennox Lewis is. So what do you think, Callum? Should Saudis give Tyson another chance, like they said in their statement, saying that they're going to try and reschedule this?
They absolutely will, because they know they can make history in Saudi. Because they know in order to make history, they need all the belts to be defended and won by someone. And he has that belt. He has the belt that says, I'm undisputed. And it's something the WBC have done really well. They've kept that belt on someone to keep the belt away from others. They did it with Deontay, with Stavern before him, and they're doing it with Fury now. The thing that becomes an issue is when one of them wins the undisputed, what happens then? Because if Fury wins undisputed,
organizations.
I think it's bad for boxing as a whole. Brilliant for him, bad for boxing as a whole. Usyk, I can see defending the belt and doing more of the belt. I think Fury holds up the division a little bit and then retires.
Oh no, I think so. Let's go scenario that he comes back, faces Usyk, wins. I think he defends it once and then bounce.
Maybe defends it against Joshua for a payday and then that's it.
He won't fight Joshua. I don't think he'll fight Joshua.
In Saudi, or wins it and goes, look, I've recaptured the goal. I'm bouncing out, and then I'll run with the narrative that I am the greatest heavyweight of all time, and forgetting that Mike Tyson wasn't in this same division like 20, 30 years ago.
Well, Lennox Lewis, I'll be honest, Lennox Lewis would have torn Tyson Fury to shreds.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis fought. I think everyone forgets Lennox Lewis fought Vitaly Klitschko in his prime, and they were the two best heavyweights in the world at the time. I know everyone talks about Vladimir, but Vitaly was the man. Vitaly was the man, and that was a war. And I don't see my thing with Fury. I find him a bit of a boring fighter. I find him very. He just uses his length and his reach, and when he comes close, he holds a lot. He hasn't got a lot of power. He hasn't got a lot of power for a big man his size.
Until
look at his CV as well. His CV's not credible. It's just not credible. And I don't know. Is Tyson Fury a draw?
This is the question I've got. I don't think he is.
No, not really, because
I think he was at one stage, but I don't think he is now.
Is he ever outdrawn Anthony Joshua?
No, he's not. He's not.
I think he would have been a draw if after he beat Klitschko, he would have kept on going instead of taking like the massive time off.
There's always something.
I think he was a draw after the third Wilder fight.
Yeah, that's where everyone started getting him, especially when he had his documentary about him coming back from what he went through. And even I was behind him. I was like, wow, that's something to do, man. That's like Superman stuff. And then when you get to know the man, you're like, yeah, what happened with his mental state one side, just personal and all that. But everything else around him, I just don't like.
Yeah, he can't be trusted.
He's a bit of a fraud. I think he's a bit of a fraud.
Yeah, I think the Netflix thing showed him off of what,
he loves that. He pretends he doesn't.
Persona.
That's what he loves.
Which is he's money hungry. He cannot be controlled whatsoever. Like we mentioned it, like the UFC want stars that they can control because they had Conor that they couldn't control. Like he is boxing's version of Conor, not in terms of the drawing power, just an entity that they cannot control whatsoever. Like when he was trying to sort out the AJ and the AJ contracts and like his management, like, come on, Tyson, give us till the end of the day. And he's like, no, he's got till 5 o'clock. And if he doesn't sign up by 5, then wait.
That's publicity stunt though.
Sort of thing, like the publicity stunt. But, I think Tyson Fury was a draw. He's just not a draw anymore, though.
Let's go career by career, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, yeah? Let's go Anthony Joshua's career since he became an Olympic champion and then started his pro boxing debut to where Anthony Joshua is now, yeah? And the CV and the people he's fought. And then go with Tyson Fury, the people he's fought since he started his boxing career to where he is now. For me, the CV on Anthony Joshua's side is better. There's only one person that they've not, like Anthony Joshua's just never fought Wilder because it's never happened.
Which is a fight that should never happen now.
And all the other fights are pretty similar. I think he dealt with Otto. I can't say his name.
Otto Wallen.
I think he dealt with him better than Fury did.
Oh, absolutely.
I know. I think the Klitschko fight was special.
Yeah,
I thought it was proper heavyweight boxing, not the ball fest that we saw between Fury and Klitschko, where they just jabbed each other from distance for 12 rounds. Because AJ went to kill him. That's when AJ was a killer. He went to kill Klitschko. Fury went just to win a fight. That's, I think, the difference. And And that's why Fury's got a better record with no losses, because AJ went to kill his fighters like Tyson did. He went to kill. He went in and stood in front of their guard and went for them.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you can get knocked out. And when you've been knocked out, when you have that mindset of trying to be a killer, it can take something really out of you. Tyson Fury's never been that. He's a man who goes in to just win a fight.
Yeah.
We'll try not to lose.
Yeah, and and he's been like that since Cunningham put him on the floor. He's been like that since Cunningham put him on the floor. And Vladimir Klitschko was the same. When Vladimir Klitschko got put on the floor, he realised his chin weren't that good, and just became a fighter that controlled his destiny, and just fought on the jab.
Yeah. The one thing I will say with Tyson Fury, though, he's about as tough as it gets. Like,
Like
he was like out in that
when
first.
he shows up, he does fight. Like I've never sat there and thought Tyson doesn't want to be there. He will fight to the end, no matter how bad the fight's going for him. He will fight to the end.
Like it'll be like one fight where you're thinking, man, this guy looks washed. Then the next fight, he just puts in an absolute clinic. Then just dips again. Like people were trying to go with like after the Ngannou horror show, which, let's be honest, it was a horror show, and people are thinking, right, based on that, Usyk's, he's going to town really, but people were thinking, no, Tyson could just pull it out the bag, put on a career best, shut up all the haters, which I think Tyson Fury's his not fans have grown a lot louder since the whole Ngannou fight, the whole debacle. I don't want to say ducking fights, but like not getting fights arranged because they're not on his particular terms, even though that his prime is running out. I think Tyson's on the decline. He is not the same fighter that he fought, even in like the first Wilder fight, which I thought he won.
I think what Tyson does, which is smart from a business standpoint, but very frustrating as a consumer. Say, for example, I knew Jamie was the draw.
Which is true.
I'm a decent draw. But Jamie's the draw. I go after Jamie. I'm like to the public, I want to fight Jamie, but Jamie keeps on saying no. Look, Jamie, you got till Friday to give me an answer. That's it. People in the public who don't really read into it will go, "Oh, Jamie's ducking Callum. He must be ducking Callum. Callum's a true fighting champion." So those of people who were following Jamie, who are casuals, will go, "I'm going to start following Callum because Jamie ducked him." And then I go, "Oh, I'm going to fight Luke." Then they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, he wouldn't fight Jamie because Jamie wouldn't fight, but he's going to fight Luke." And people are going to watch that fight based on that. When if you break it down, Joshua's been calling for the Fury fight, the Wilder fight, since God knows how long, and they both froze him out.
Well,
even when they were doing a trilogy, they signed contracts to say they were doing a trilogy, but yet they were still saying, "Joshua, we want the Joshua fight." And it's like, we know what you're doing now.
Well, let me tell you, after Wilder's performance against Parker, he ain't getting no Joshua fight. Because that fight
a shame.
Now, I think Wilder's done.
It was so weird seeing him like that.
Like Wilder,
don't you go
do
through
the rumored crossover fight with Ngannou. Do that weird rumor that he wanted to do a crossover fight.
This version of Wilder does not want to be stepping.
Wilder ain't got the legs to do it,
exactly. Like, go and do that because like you're like elite level. Want to go for a championship again? You're done, my friend. Like, go and fight Anthony Ruiz or something like that. Even though I think Anthony Ruiz, even though that he looks like that he's just been on the boozer since he lost the belt. Like, I think
Wilder
looks scared in there, and I've never seen him look like that. He looks scared.
Wilder didn't even want to do boxing. Wilder didn't even want to do boxing. He did it for his kids, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a basketball player originally.
Yeah, he didn't really want to do boxing, but he had this ridiculous power for a man. Because he's tall, Wilder, but he's not. He's skinny. He shouldn't be that powerful. You know what I mean? He's skinny, but he had this power. He learned boxing, and he made money from it. Good on him, man. Make your money, get out. That's why I say, why you got all your faculties, just get out. You've made your money.
Yeah.
There's no one else for you to fight. You ain't getting the AJ fight now. AJ, that's just not going to happen. You got destroyed by Parker. It wasn't even a contest. And Joseph Parker's not even that good.
Well, look what Joe Joyce did to Parker.
Yeah, exactly. Parker's just an okay fighter. He's got a good coach now. In Lee.
Yeah.
He's a very good coach.
That's right. That's right. He trains with Tyson.
He does.
Yeah. He learned from things.
While they got schooled by a Poundland Aussie version, no, New Zealander version of Tyson Fury. He just got beaten by Tyson Fury from Wish.
Well, this is what I'm saying with the heavyweight division right now. It's where do we land? Because Joshua just wants the titles, and I like that about Joshua. He ain't looking. He just wants title fights. He needs to keep fighting and keep active. So he's fighting in Ngannou. I big up Tyson. I big up AJ for this because it's
a massive risk.
It's a massive risk
because if he puts on the same performance as Fury put on, I don't think he's getting out of there.
I get slept.
No, I don't think. I think he's going to look at that and go, "I ain't doing that." Look, if that Fury fought AJ that night, AJ knocks him out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like, I think if AJ does get past Ngannou and Usyk fights Hrgovic, which I think might happen,
that's the rumor at the moment.
Usyk needs to be active. He can't wait too long. And then if Fury ain't back, there's no one else for AJ and Usyk to fight.
Could they not do Usyk Parker, you reckon?
I mean, Parker will have a shout.
It depends who's the number one contenders for the.
It'd be AJ, won't it?
Like for the WB, is it WBC and WBC IBF?
Well, AJ's ranked number 2 for the IBF, ain't he?
Yeah,
so,
that's
in theory, AJ. In theory, AJ be number one contender.
But if Hrgovic fights and loses to Usyk, there's no point AJ fighting Hrgovic. He might as well just go and get the Usyk fight. And I think Saudi Arabia put it on as well. I think they're looking at it and think AJ don't understand, man. Yeah. He brings money. He brings the fans. Bum Fury. He'll have to fight the winner. And I guarantee you right now,
there's any confirmation of Usyk Hrgovic. But all I'm seeing is just Ngannou trending on X.
Yeah.
With the hell of a meme.
Oh, it's a brilliant meme. Whoever did that is a genius at Photoshop.
You do know this fight in Ngannou and AJ it's going to be like looking at two superheroes in the ring.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be freakish. It's going to be like, people shouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
It's just going to be amazing, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's in March, ain't it?
Yeah, March 8th, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe a watch on may happen. Just depends.
That'd be one to do, man. What do you guys think of the Saudi Arabian fights, though? Because Simon Jordan was talking about the lack of atmosphere at these fights.
Yeah, because it's all like Ronaldo, McGregor on the absolute finest that he's had to snort before he gets into the country. So you get banned.
I don't really take much of what Simon Jordan says as gospel.
It's just the atmosphere is a bit. The only thing, like they have the outdoor fights, don't they? For the and then the one fight inside for the main event, don't they? I think that takes away from the atmosphere a bit because you have them. If you have all the fights in one arena, the fans will be pumped. You build the atmosphere.
I think it's very concerty vibes. I think sometimes there's like a massive gap between fights, which isn't really great for the atmosphere as a whole. And I think the tickets are super expensive, and plus it's going to Saudi as well. Like it's they're trying to put an imprint in sport because come on, you've got the UFC popping over there as well in June as well. Yeah, so. Fortunately, I think Callum has.
That was laptop, man.
Yeah, so Callum's laptop's crashed, so I'm just going to remove him. But
laptop, man.
I think we will. Yeah. So Callum's just there. So I'll just get your final thoughts quickly, just whilst we wait for Callum. Obviously now Tyson is out. Do we expect to see him back this year? Oh, actually, I do want to mention one thing because obviously. We've not really had any I've not really mentioned any reaction on the Usyk camp off the back of this. So I'm just going to read out a quick little quote from Alex Krasiuk, Usyk's manager, and Tyson's posing and with his Insta, looking a bit ripped. This is the comment. Wish you soon recovery. God sent you a sign. Think of retirement, brother.
Look, personally, I think Usyk would have won the fight anyway.
Yeah.
I just think his movement's incredible. I don't think Fury gets near him.
Yeah, I think the
Fury
only way
stands
Tyson
out.
would win that fight is if he got in range, that he would lean on him
Yeah.
to use his weight. But the look at that image, it was looked like that Fury was ready to really strip the weight down, ready to move around like he did previously. But
Yeah, he probably wanted to get as small as he possibly can, as lean as he can, to be a bit quicker, because he's going to have to try and pin Usyk down. And no one in boxing so far has managed to get anywhere close to pinning him down. So I would say this injury takes 6 months. Yeah,
at least, yeah, because that was going to lead on to my next question. It's like, do you think do you think third time will be a charm? Do you think it will actually go ahead this year, or do you think that Tyson will try to push it till 2025 means Usyk gets a year older, maybe just a little bit slower, but would that then mean Fury's lessening his chances because he's going to be a year older, a year slower? I know that he's minted, so he doesn't really need to really rush himself to come back. And I think at the moment he still holds all the cards, which is a bit insane considering that he's only got one belt.
Yeah, it's the belt. That's the problem.
It is what it is. But do you think we will see him return to the ring this year?
Yeah, I think that fight will be this summer, August or something like that. I think, but
because I just have a feeling that this won't happen this year.
If it don't happen this year, then it has to be Joshua Usyk if Joshua wins.
Because I just reckon that Tyson's team's gonna be like, let's see if he loses the belt. Let's see if he loses the belts.
Fury,
because he's probably winning. Because I guarantee you, right, when Usyk is fighting Dubois, and Dubois caught him with the low blow body shot, I bet Fury is like thinking, please Dubois win these belts. Please.
Oh yeah, because he walks away.
I will get out of bed and I will absolutely wallop him.
He walks away with Dubois. Yeah.
Meaning that I wouldn't have to fight Usyk. So do you think that he could try to postpone this as long as possible? Get Usyk to have his title defense against Hrgovic? Maybe, because I reckon Usyk will fight a couple of times before he fights Fury. Because I just reckon that Fury... I don't know how the Saudi seasons really go, really. I don't know if there's going to be a long gap in the summer where they're not going to be able to do anything due to the weather. So I reckon if it's not now, it will be autumn.
The Saudi season is between November and March, isn't it?
Yeah. So I reckon
that Saudi season, that's their season between November and March.
Yeah, so I reckon we won't see this fight until November.
Because in the sun you can't, it'd be.
Yeah. I think it's because of the heat or something like that, or something.
It's 50 degrees, man.
Yeah, exactly. There's nowhere there could imagine.
Even in an air-conditioned building, that's just not. The interesting one is that Hrgovic is number 1 ranked in the IBF, ain't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see who's
by the
WBA,
time Fury is ready to fight again. Usyk might have to give up his IBF belt because you got a year, ain't you? Mandatory. So he might have to give up his belt by the time Fury and Thingy fight. So Hrgovic might become IBF champion anyway. So that's why that fight might happen, just for the IBF title. That might be the fight. They might go Usyk, Hrgovic just for the IBF title because he is the mandatory challenger, and you have to fight your mandatory in the same amount of time, don't you?
Yeah.
Or you have to drop the title, because when he was fighting Fury, the reason was he had to drop the IBF title because he couldn't fight his mandatory in time, so you have to drop the title. So that's why the Hrgovic fight makes sense now for Usyk.
So I've got the rankings. Hold on, Callum's back. So So it's good to have you back. Right? Yeah, so I've got the rankings for the IBF. So Phillips Hergovich is number one, right? Because I don't. So Callum, because you went off, so we believe that Fury won't be back till November because the Saudi seasons.
Saudi season's November to March, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
right?
geez.
So obviously, if Usyk's going to fight, he'll fight on that date against Hergovich. I reckon we'll see Usyk again one more time before then. Obviously, not in Saudi because Usyk, he'll fight you in your back garden if right. So let's say he gets past Hergovich. So his number one challenger for the WBO is Yang, who's the interim title holder. And then for the WBA, it's Mamadou Shah, who's the interim title holder for the WBA. So we've got plenty to be kept busy with, and I think me and Jamie sort of discussed it. Probably Tyson's hoping that he drops those belts, because if he drops those belts, I bet you he'll miraculously go, yeah, I think the eye's healed itself up. I'll hop back straight back in there. I'll nick the belts, mate.
I think he knows he needs to fight Usyk, or else people aren't going to take him seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, does he care if he's in it just to make money?
I don't think he cares what the public think about.
I've just seen who's ranked number one for Fury's belt. It's Anthony Joshua. He's ranked number one by the WBC, and he's also ranked number one for the WBO as well.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua is if he beats that's what I'm saying. If Anthony Joshua beats Ngannou, Anthony Joshua's next fight has got to be for all the belts because he's not one contender or nothing. So Hergovich will probably become IBF champion because you have to fight your mandatory, and he couldn't fight his mandatory because he's fighting Fury. That's why the IBF was going to be dropped.
That's maybe changed now because I think he'll fight in 2 weeks.
So if they fight Hergovich, I think it'll only be for the IBF belt, not all the belts. I think it'll be for the IBF. Then, if Hergovich doesn't win that fight, then Usyk has got all the belts still, and if he beats Ngannou, it's the only fight that makes sense.
Yeah, but then it would just depend on where the WBA and WBO, because they'll probably want their respective interim champions to fight for the belt, like Zhang and Mahmoud Shah. They'll probably.
But then you're looking at 2 or 3 years before you get any kind of big fight again.
Yeah, no continuity.
So you'd have to pay them off. That's what they do, isn't it? They pay them off.
Yeah. Sit aside money.
Yeah, I believe I think AJ calls out Usyk for summer if he gets past Ngannou. I reckon that will happen.
Back in Wembley, do you think?
I reckon that might happen.
Wembley. So, just before we wrap up the video, because we've been going for quite a while, just a simple yes or no answer. Do we see Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk?
Yes.
Jamie.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
I'm going to say.
I've got a counter question.
I'm going to say AJ Fury at Christmas because AJ beats Usyk in the summer.
Ooh.
So, Callum, does Tyson Fury fight Usyk this year? Will he postpone it till next year?
Oh, does he fight him this year?
Or next year?
Next year.
Next year.
No, I'm going to go December this year.
Well, hang on. How long would you say you'd have to wait till we can spar again?
6 months? 6 months at least.
So what are we now? February. So what's that?
At least
April,
6
May,
months.
June, July.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to wait till
August.
That heals.
That's August when he starts sparring. So you're not looking at a fight 12 weeks from training?
No, I reckon he can
November?
start sparring in about 3 months.
3 months?
I don't know it'll be longer because if that's the same cut from Otto Wallin, he'll need that to heal properly.
So if it's 3 months, that's what? March, April, that's May. 12 weeks off that for a fight. You're looking at August, aren't you?
Yeah, personally, I think that we'll see it next year. I think Tyson's going to take. I reckon.
I just got his feeling. I don't know.
Just got his feeling that he'll either do it next year or he'll run from it.
I just feel I got this feeling we see Fury. I just got this feeling we see AJ Usyk in the summer.
I wouldn't be
It's going to be a difficult
surprised.
fight to sell. You know, it's going to be a difficult fight
Because,
to
as you
sell.
said, AJ's #1 ranked for everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so his next fight will have to be a title fight. AJ's already said that. The only reason he's taking this Ngannou fight is to keep active. But his next fight's a title fight. If he wins, the only man who's got all the belts.
Interesting times. Interesting.
Boxing never makes life easy, does it?
No.
Despite the fact that the UFC are trying to hold my beer.
Yeah,
but we'll touch on more UFC when the UFC news arises. But Jamie, Callum, have to say a massive thank you for joining me on this video today. Jamie, let the people know where they can find you and what's coming up on your channel next.
Yeah, so you can find me at Jamie Phillips Football Chats. I think videos will be a bit sparse at the moment when I can do one. Everyone knows why. So family issues and that. So I might get something out tomorrow for the Liverpool Arsenal game. So look out for a match preview probably tomorrow on the channel, and then automatic match reaction after the game probably, and then we'll see how we go.
Absolutely, Callum. Do you let the people know where they can find you and what to expect from me?
Yeah, can find me on Coppish. Got this game on Sunday to watch along and post match, and then Monday show, and then whatever we do next week, and then Sanderson show. Hopefully, got a few shows coming up as well. So yeah, and then we got the pay-per-views the 17th, isn't it?
The 17th, yes. It was supposed to be on the same weekend as Ngannou, Fury Usyk. Yeah, it's not going to happen now.
So yeah, Fury. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, but Volkanovski to Poirier that weekend as well.
It's a big fight.
Yeah, big fight. Yeah, guys, make sure to check out the two guys' channels in the links in the title. Make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all very soon.